Did you know somebody could actually steal your house? We're going to take a look at April numbers and what that looks like. That's very telling. And what the summer is looking like for home buyers. We're going to also take a look at the highest price sale in Summit County of $10 million. So that'll be fun. Stick around, check it out. Ever dreamed of living in the heart of the Colorado mountains? Join me, Matt Dayton, Breckenridge native, Olympian, and mountain real estate expert. Here on the Ski Summit Show, we dive into everything you need to know about buying, investing, and living in iconic ski towns like Breckenridge, Frisco, and Keystone. From mountain real estate trends to investment opportunities, we bring you on the inside to help you make the most of your mountain life. This is episode 159 of the Ski Summit Real Estate Show. I'm here with Benji, the man behind the scenes. Hello, Benji.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. We're going to look at some interesting stuff. Do you know somebody could rip your house off out from underneath your feet?
Yes, I know that, and I don't like it. I only learned that on this show. I can't believe you can do that.
A little concerning. So we're going to look at that. We got some months supply of inventory and what that means. Update on the Swan Mountain Road construction. That's a PIA in our life right now.
Yeah.
And then let's see, we've got that $10 million house.
You ready to look at that?
Yeah, let's check that out.
Here it is. This is our listing of the week. What does $10 million get you in Breckenridge? Man, I hope it gets you something awesome.
Yeah, this is pretty sweet. So this is a 5,879 square foot log home estate on 10 acres. I mean, those views, obviously, that's a good start. So 300 Little Sally Barber Trail, not Barbie.
I like Barbie better.
Yeah, Ken bought this.
For Barbie.
Such a nice guy. So yeah, you just drive outside of Breckenridge up the hill, maybe take you like 15 minutes to get up there. So just absolutely gorgeous views looking across the ski area. Wooded, private, pretty incredible.
Super private.
Yeah.
There's even a roundabout before anybody can get to you.
You get your own roundabout.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that is insane.
Did you want to do that? We've only got one photo.
Oh yeah, let's do that video.
Okay, there it is.
Yep, so we found this on
YouTube. Look at all that. You can see every single one of those slopes.
Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
on the log. Wow. Yeah, you can't top those views.
I love that big giant fireplace.
Again, yeah, just super cool feature there in the kitchen, up on top of everything.
Yeah, it's like a house you'd see like a secret agent, like all his everything lived there.
Definitely could be like it's something out of James Bond. This could be in a movie.
Yeah. The ceiling in that room is so crazy.
Super intricate, tons of glass. So I love how they just this like walkway going out to the primary bedroom. I'm guessing this is primary bedroom. Wake up to those views. So yeah, this one closed here. When did this thing sell? It was just pretty recent here in April. Yeah, April, just at the end of the month, April 29th. So closed for it was listed at $10,260,000. Closed for $10 million. The listing agent was Bo Pozzolo on that one. And yeah, 5-bed, 8-bath, built in 2018. It was the last home that John Gunson designed. John Gunson's a local architect. He's been up here for a long time, very well known, renowned. So that was pretty cool on 10 acres of land.
Yeah, that was really pretty house.
Absolutely, yeah, gorgeous. Love that.
I kind of wonder now if that traffic circle thing is more of a helicopter landing pad.
Why not? You know, if you got a helicopter,
you probably could afford one if you're getting a house like that.
I think so. I think those guys probably got a helicopter.
That's excellent. $10 million for that.
Pretty sweet. So.
All right. Well, that moves us into our market in a minute, and it says steady as she goes.
Yeah. So.
Oh no! Will our inventory double? That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say that we changed that one, so we can move. Do you want to start that over?
No, I'm gonna do it live. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Get my head out of the way.
Market in a minute. Will our inventory double? We're going to take a quick look at what we've got here for our inventory right now. This is months supply of home sales right now that we're looking at. So you can kind of look as we go back, 24, 25. So right around 5 months of inventory is very even buyer seller market. Now we've gotten up into 7.2 months of inventory. So the idea behind this, if nothing else came on the market, how long would it take to sell all the inventory we have at the rate that we're selling properties. So that'd be 7.2 months. Not crazy into the buyer's side of things, but it is into a buyer's market. Anything above 5, we start to get into that 6 months of inventory. We're definitely into that buyer side. So that's telling. The thing that is also interesting is we look at pending sales. We haven't seen big dip in pending sales. So you can kind of see month over month there, a little bit of an uptick. And then our number of new listings coming on the market has not ramped up yet. So right now we're at about, as far as residential properties in Summit County, we're about 550 residential properties on the market. As we start to see that get up into the 800s number, that's going to be more supply. So we don't have a lot of supply right now, which is kind of helping maintain things. We've seen prices definitely soften in the market, but we also haven't seen big jump up in inventory yet. So that'll be telling this summer. I think just based on the activity that we've been seeing for people talking about putting the properties on the market, we're going to see that inventory jump up quite a bit this summer. So we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm expecting.
Double though?
Double our inventory? I think it could happen. Get up to it, if we're at 550 right now, we get up to 1,000, a little bit over that. It definitely could happen. So we just got to see. Rates are going to have a big impact on that. Interest rates are still around 6.3% for an interest rate. If we get under 6, that could change things a lot.
All right. Well, that moves us into what's happening in Summit County, and we're talking about an update on Swan Mountain Road. In my head, I knew this was 11 months project, and I just was reading this, and it's 11 weeks. So I'm glad.
No, not 11 months. Thank goodness. And yeah, much to my daughter's chagrin, she's got to drive all the way around through Frisco, so it significantly increases the commute time for a lot of people that use Swan Mountain Road. So 3 weeks down, about 11 weeks to go. They're working on this. They've got earthwork started, road expansion, concrete pans, doing some culvert stuff. So it's going to be pretty nice when they get this done. It's been in rough shape. It's been a little bumpy going over. So it's needed, but it's painful.
Yeah. So how many weeks in?
3 weeks in, 11 to go.
Wow. Well, that's never fun. I feel like a big chunk of Arizona is always under construction everywhere you go. Our weird now.
Yeah. Road work is always going on up here. Yeah. So I guess we're lucky. I've been to, some other countries where road work doesn't happen and it's treacherous.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm thankful.
Now we're talking about our real estate tip of the week, where deed fraud is on the rise. What's going on?
So we're seeing a lot more scams and fraudulent activity, especially with what AI is able to do. People are able to do a lot just on their home computer, where 10 years ago it would have been very complicated to be able to create some of these documents that they are using fraudulently to basically get the deed of people's properties. There's been people that have been foreclosed on. There's been people that, that loans have been taken out against their property, unbeknownst to them. So deed fraud is definitely a tricky one right now, and we're seeing it more and more. So the one that we're seeing probably more up here in Summit County is vacant land. I get messages and calls from people trying to sell a piece of vacant land. It's usually pretty obvious right now that it's they're, if you start asking questions, and it's always through texts or emails, you start asking questions and they don't know the land, they don't know the property, they don't know the area. So I'm able to usually, figure out that it's fraudulent, and I try to notify the owner just to keep an eye on their property. However, there's how to protect against it. One of those is a homeowner's policy of title insurance. So not the same as owner's policy of title insurance. This is a little bit different. So your normal title insurance doesn't protect against this type of thing, but you can purchase additional homeowner's protection. I was looking, there's a Protect Your Home site that I was looking on a little bit, where you can kind of purchase a home title lock, where it will just give you a little bit, they monitor it for you, so they're watching it, and then you also have $1 million worth of coverage. I think that starts around $20 a month is kind of what I've found. So that's one option. I think there's also some options to buy some of these coverages when you get your title insurance on your property. So yeah, it's good to be aware of. Keep an eye on your property. Watch your property on like Zillow and the online websites. Make sure it's not getting listed unbeknownst to you. But this day and age, we got to be pretty savvy, and unfortunately, it might require a little extra insurance to keep that property safe, especially properties that are owned outright that you don't have a loan on. So those seem to be more targeted, and properties that are vacant or second homes or out-of-state owners. So those are definitely got to keep an eye on it. So that's your warning.
I wonder if there's any way, like, I know it's like part of the law now, you have to have like medical insurance. I wonder if they're going to make this part of the law now too. If you do pay off your house, you have to go get this thing so you don't get your house stolen.
Yeah, maybe, you know, because it's definitely very expensive, very troublesome if you get into it. And yeah, so you're required in Colorado title insurance, but that's protecting you against fraud that could have happened previous to you buying the house, but not after you buy the house.
Man, that's nuts.
I know, it's crazy. So,
well, that's all I've got for today's show.
Okay, well, thanks, Benji. Thank you very much for watching. If you're thinking about buying or selling or just trying to make sense of what's going on in our market, please feel free to reach out to me. Love to always help. Benji, thanks again for being here. Hope to see you guys in the mountains soon.